Good morning, OC Toasters. You're in for a treat. You're in for a surprise. You're in for a wonderful encounter of information on an educational level. Today, you're about to be presented with someone who has not been heard of or seen from for many, many years because he's been doing research on the educational topic that he's presenting to you today. Today, you're about to hear information that is not widely known, not widely understood, because it is a specialty of this one person that we're about to hear from today. Wow. He is my mentor in the Toastmasters group. He is a tax preparer for those who do their taxes. And he's also a great man, in my opinion. None other than Bill Nathan.
What's he talking about?
He has no idea.
Well, I think you've heard me say before that, you know, there's two things certain in this world, death and taxes. Guess what? I'm not going to talk about taxes.
So
The reason I came before you today is because some things have come up in taxes that I think are worthy of your knowledge and understanding. And it all relates to Congress, unfortunately. Now, let me say first that, in general, it's much better to have your taxes prepared early in the season and not wait till April. Reason is, it's a win-win for you. People don't realize that if they owe money, have a balance due with the IRS, it's not due until April, in this year, April 18th. Many people don't realize April 18th is the deadline this year. I won't explain why, it's very arcane, but that's the fact.
Because the 15th
If you-
is on a Saturday.
Huh?
Because the 15th is on a Saturday.
No, Friday's a holiday.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. It's a win-win because, number one, if you owe money, you don't have to pay till April 18th. If you get a refund, you get it within 8 to 15 days typically of when you file. So there's really no logical reason to wait to get your taxes filed. Now, what I really want to discuss today is withholding. If you're an employee, then you have withholding through your W-2, through your salary. If you're self-employed, you do an estimated tax every year, every quarter, I should say, in order to come up with the right amount, roughly the right amount, within 100% of last year or 90% of this year's estimated income. Okay, now what's happened that makes me come up here and talk to you? You all recall the lame duck Congress. For 2 years, Congress didn't do much of anything, and then in December decided to pass a bunch of bills. Well, one of them was very heavily tax-oriented, and they passed it on December 17th. Well, after they passed it at the end of the year, they threw it over to IRS to say, here, you guys figure out this mess that we just created. So IRS has been working 24/7 in order to implement these changes that the Congress put forth. Now, just as an aside, you know, all the politicians talk about saving money. Well, by holding off until December to pass these regulations, they cost us a fortune in terms of IRS overtime, double time, and triple time. IRS had to work all through holidays. They're working 7 days a week, to the extent that if you itemize, you cannot even file your taxes until today. Usually you could file anytime after January the 1st and get your refund if it was due you. A itemized deduction return cannot be processed by the IRS until today. It has taken them this long, and quite frankly, I'm surprised they're ready to do it today. But the IRS people, you know, scoff at the IRS. The IRS is probably one of the finest organizations in our government. In terms, it's true, in terms of their efficiency, their abilities, the general level of competence within the organization. Having worked with the IRS for a number of years, I feel comfortable in saying that I'm really, really very an advocate of the good work that the IRS does. Okay, let me explain the problem. The problem is that because of these changes in regulations, it won't be till February 1st that employers will get the right records in order to take withholding out properly for the rest of the year. As a consequence of that, your withholding may be messed up this year. So if you're getting withholding taken out of pay, I urge you to look at your withholding from time to time. Normally, we just assume it's right. You know, everything goes so well in this country that you assume when you get a statement like, you know, like taxes, that it's right. I suggest to you that this year you better check it and better review it with what you expect to earn in income to make sure that you're on the right track, so to speak, as far as your withholding goes. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at the end of the year or next year when they do their taxes, when they find that they're off either by a great deal too much or a great deal too little. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of people that can advise you, because most of us are in the dark as far as how this is going to work out. So we're all playing it by guess and golly, I guess, by golly. So with that, I'd just like to close by saying, pay attention. I suggest you do your taxes and get them out, get them filed as soon as you can, whether you owe money or not, or whether you're getting money back. And I suggest that you look at your withholding throughout the year and just do a check to see that it's in relationship to your earnings. Thank you.
The winner.
Right.
Again, take a few moments to evaluate Bill. May I please ask the report from our timer?
Well, officially speaking, everyone's qualified.
There you go.
All right.
And now I'd like to call up our general evaluator, Cynthia, who is going to introduce.
Oh, sorry.
She's going to do an evaluation of our meeting and evaluate the evaluators. Right?
Are we supposed to vote first?
Yeah.
We're supposed to vote first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry about the
The speaker, best speaker.
okay.
Can't do the evaluator.
Right, the best speaker.
Don't worry about it.
You're voting right now.
But she can still come up.
Three speakers.
Oh, got it, okay. Thank you.
Just vote for the
Go
best
for it,
speaker,
Cynthia.
as well as I'm sure you already voted for the best table topics. But you can,
Guests aren't supposed to vote. They can vote by their own right, but they can't pass the vote.
Correct. You don't worry about the voting as a guest. Art didn't make it today to divest it, so
I'm good now.
instead, Bill spoke, taking place
Yeah, I
this
had
third
that blank
one.
book problem.
And Wayne next year is gonna give his evaluation. Yeah, it was
ready, Cynthia?
Ron spoke first, to my right there.
Please help me welcome Cynthia with a round of applause.
Yay,
introducing the evaluators for each speech. So, Cliff, would you like to come up and evaluate Lons?